And we are live. Welcome to the Homemaking with Purpose, where we bring to you the best ideas, interviews, and information for today's homemaker. I am Denise Jordan, your host on tonight's show. The plan was to bring to you Cassy Joy Garcia, author of Cook Once, Dinner Fix. Unfortunately, Cassy has not been able to join us tonight. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the cookbook. We're going to review it. My YouTube sister, Leona Dooley, is going to join us as well. She's been working with the book. And if any of you others on there have been working with the book, then we can all just have a nice little chat. But Cassy is unavailable. I am so sorry. Maybe she can join us another time. But as for tonight, she is unavailable. And I have to wonder, I know she's having a baby sometime next month. And I have to wonder, well, did something happen and she's not feeling well? Whatever. But the show must go on. And let me just say that this episode of Homemaking with Purpose is brought to you by Apron Diva. Pretty and practical, we believe that an apron can be a homemaker's best accessory. And the featured apron for tonight is our pair of lemon lovelies, the lemon Libby and the lemon Lucy. So here's the Libby, and you can see how it differs just a little bit from the Lucy, but they're both lemon lovely. So for this week only until the next show, they are 10% off. And either one of them will make the perfect gift for you or a loved one. So pick yours up just in time for Christmas. So order now to beat the holiday rush. All right, so let's get into it. And as I said earlier, for those of you that just jumped on, Cassy Joy Garcia is not able to join us tonight. So we're going to go ahead and then we're going to just talk about the book from the perspective that I have, because I've been taking a good look at it. And then viewers, and then we can talk about some other things later on in the show. So Leona's going to be joining me in a little bit. And then she and I will chat about the book as well. And then if you have questions about something, leave the questions in the chat and put 4 question marks in front and 4 question marks behind. And Mickey Boost guys will help me make sure I don't miss any. I'm going to just try to keep you guys on for less than an hour. You know, that's always the plan, and we always end up overstaying. But okay, let's go ahead and kind of get started. And one of the things that we're talking about tonight is this cookbook, Cassy Joy's newest cookbook, Cook Once, Dinner Fix. And I am really loving this cookbook. And it's really a lot different from this one. This was her first cookbook that I saw, Cook Once, Eat All Week. But actually, there was another one before that one, and it was called Fed and Fit, something like that. Fed and Fit, which is actually the name of her blog. So this is the first one that I saw, and I came across it on Robin at Faith and Flowers channel. So I checked it out from the library, and I loved it, and I made several recipes from it. So I was really glad to get the new one. So one of the things that I like about this that I noticed about this cookbook, first of all, when I opened it up and checked out the fly leaf, one of the things that I noticed is there's this little note right here. I always go the wrong way. I don't think I'd be a very good actress because they say stage left, and I'd be going to my left instead of stage left. But this little note right here where it says, never throw out your leftovers again. And I thought that was kind of interesting because, so many of us do throw out leftovers. And when I cleaned the fridge out yesterday to prepare for today, which, Thursdays, you bring in your groceries and all of that, I had a lot of leftovers that I was pitching. So, Robin, I am so sorry to tell you that Cassy Joy apparently is not able to join us tonight, but we're still going to talk about her book. And if you would like to come on and join us, let me invite you to join us here in the studio, Robin. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, let me invite you to join us here in the studio, Robin. And you, I know, have experienced the book, so you can join us as well. Now, hopefully, where did that go? Oh my goodness. And then my friend Jan joined us as well. So where did that link go? Let me see again. Let me get the link. Hang on, Leona. I see you. I'm trying to get this link sent to. Okay. So there's Leona, and she's muted right now. I'm going to ask her to unmute. And yeah, so Leona, go ahead and unmute. And Robin, would you like to come on? So you can also talk about the book as well. And let me go on. Let's see. Robin, what are you saying? I got to find you. All right. So Robin, you're saying you're excited to meet Cassy, but she's not going to be here. Sorry. So would you like to come on, though, and join Leona and I as we talk about the book? Because you've had experience with the book as well. So give me a yay or nay. And then if you're interested, then I'll bring you on so that you can join us as well. So, Leona, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. It took me a few minutes to get everything connected. I told you I wasn't at home.
Mm-hmm.
And so my son has been gracious enough to get everything set up and ready. So
trust me, I get it. I did the show from my daughter's house in Memphis, and it was more than an ocean trying to figure out all the ins and outs of somebody else's equipment.
That's true. That's true. Well, I heard that you were telling everyone first of all, how much fun we had preparing our recipes. And I really love Cassy Jo's cookbook. And I like the layout of it. I like the fact that she gives you options for once you prepared a particular meal that you can then prepare other meals from that. And that's what I did. I didn't necessarily prepare the second meal, but what I did do was to prepare enough of for me, the chicken. And I had enough, actually, I think, for 2 more meals.
I believe that too, because the recipes, I think she says they serve like 4 or 5, but I don't know. Right. They seem to serve quite a bit. One of the things that I find that I really like about this book is that she does what she calls a dinner series. And I really like that approach where she's got like a paired meal or a paired series of foods. And you can there's a primary meal, and then let's say you cook chicken, and then there's another meal that pairs with it that you can make something with the chicken another day in the week. But one of the things that I found is that I might not have used like the second part of that, say, hamburger, because I made when I made the enchilada casserole and I cooked 3 pounds of ground beef, I used half of it for the enchilada casserole, but I put the other half in a dish for the freezer, and I was going to make another dish later in the week. And she's got so many recipes in her book that talks about that you can use with ground beef, that not only can you mix and match it with the paired recipe, but you can find another recipe in the series that you can pair with it.
I know. I love it. And, because I do the 1 month, 1 plan, it was so nice to be able to select and to choose the various recipes. And I think for November, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to play around with that, focus that first week on concentrating on, I guess, preparing major amounts of whether it's beef, whether it's chicken, or whatever it might be. And then we can play with whatever the rest of it of the month. And, for those who have company coming in for the holiday, that would be a great opportunity for them to have their proteins all ready. And then that way, each night, they would be able to prepare a different dish. And, some of those dishes can be prepared and then put into the freezer so you can just take it out.
So I'm getting a question, Leona, from you, and they're asking about your 1 month, one plan, one shop. But before we get to that, I wanted to make a comment about something else you mentioned. Excuse me. What was about the holiday recipes? Mm-hmm. Maybe I better let you go ahead and explain one shop while I get some more.
Well, I started about a year ago, and I have to admit it, partially I started it because of COVID, unfortunately. And I was trying to limit the number of times that I was going to the grocery store, as well as trying to be efficient about what I was bringing into the kitchen. So the 1 month plan means that I prepare a full month of meal ideas. And I take those meal ideas and then I prepare my grocery list. And I shop one time other than just for like fresh foods. Lettuce is not going to make it for an entire month, or, celery or something. So other than that, everything that I need is there at the house, ready to go. And it really has been very beneficial, and it's very cost efficient. So most of the 1 month plan and the grocery haul, I can actually say go to Kroger. I can put that list together with Kroger, and I have been doing that for several months now. In fact, about 7. And I just send my list to Kroger. I go drive up, pick it up, bring it home, and I'm good to go. Groceries are ready.
Let me ask you about that then. So your 1 month, one shop. So you plan your meals for the entire month. You have a notebook or booklet or something that you keep them in?
I do. I have a little notebook that I keep. And in fact, I started out using a calendar and just jotting down, say at least 20 to 25 meal ideas. And that way you can juggle them around. So say, for instance, if you have chili one night, but it's a little too warm outside to prepare chili, then you can move it to another night and just switch them around. But at least you have an idea. Some nights I know coming in from work, I'm looking at chicken or looking at whatever, and I'm going, what am I going to fix tonight? Well, this way you at least have ideas. And so when I do the 1 month, one plan, one shop, I give my viewers a list of 30 meal ideas each month. And I change them up, to give them additional meal ideas so that they're able to, go through, find the things that they like for their family or things that they might be able to tweak. Because, sometimes it's just about being able to come up with something. And sometimes it's easier to have a list and then you can work from the list or add to the list or tweak the list. And so that has worked out very well to be able to do that.
So I'm looking here. I pulled your site up real quick just to give people an idea of what we're talking about. So here you can see right here is your one plan, 1 month, one shop for September. And then I was trying to find yours for October because
October is right there. There you go. The second.
Yeah. One plan, 1 month, one shop, and then fall meals, that kind of thing. And so, yeah. Okay.
So at the end of each month, I plan it so that at the very beginning, at the very end of the month, the 1 month plan is there and ready to go. So they can go in, they can take a look. It's always there. And now that I have my community tag, I'll put it on the community tag. So they will have it.
Right. You just got your community tag.
Right. Yes. Yes, this week I'm real excited. Of course, for those who have been watching, they know every few hours I'm changing something.
Okay, so we got some questions coming in, so I better
Okay.
get busy with those. Let's see. First of all, Penny wants to know, where are you? Where are you from?
I am from Louisville, Kentucky, but I live in Virginia.
Okay. And so then Blue Skies wants to know, are the meals in the cookbook easy to cook meals, or are they more gourmet type meals?
Oh no, they are easy to cook meals. And in
I thought they were
fact,
easy to cook too.
yeah. I mean, there are some that are a little more involved in the cookbook, but most of them are very simple. And what I like to do, and what I usually do, is to at the beginning of the month when the groceries are coming in, things like onions and celery, I either slice or dice, do all of that at the very beginning of the month, put them into either freezer bags or whatever, so that I have those kind of things, and you don't have to do it every night. So it's already prepared, and that really does help to save a lot of time.
Yeah.
And so, we try to do as much as we can in advance.
Okay. And one of the other things that I really like about the cookbook is that as you said, I think the meals are easy and simple to prepare. Now, when I compare the two books, this one, the Cook Once, Eat All Week, which has a series of 4 to 5 meals in a week that you can choose from, compared to this one, which you have 2 meals to choose from, I think I like this one a lot better, because for one thing, when I'm using this one, there's only 2 meals to choose from. So
Right.
let's say in the other book, Cook Once, Eat All Week, there were 4 meals made from, let's say, chicken or ground beef. Well, I might decide I don't want to eat ground beef 4 times this week, or I don't want to eat chicken 4 times this week. So I really like the way this one is set up, that there's just 2. And so we could like choose maybe 2 sets of meals, and maybe do 1 meal with chicken and 1 meal with ground beef. And then we got the other chicken and ground beef left over for
Ready to go.
another day.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, you got another question. Let me get to
All
it.
right.
Let's see. So Penny says, great idea for the 30-day meals. So Lovely Cross wants to know, what was your favorite meal so far in the book? For me, my favorite meal was the enchilada casserole. Oh my goodness. I felt like I was making authentic Mexican food. No, it probably is not, but that's how I felt. So what was your favorite meal so far?
Well, I have to admit, I prepared my favorite, and that was the sun-dried tomato bacon chicken. And the reason I did that is because we love Mediterranean food. And I tell you what, it was interesting, because I wasn't quite sure how the big guy was going to go along with it. And he said,
well, you make a lot of pasta though, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
And so he said, oh man, this is good. It is really good. So, I have to admit, now I'm going to try your spicy turkey. That looked really good.
It was really good. And so my husband was saying today, he says, now, I put that hamburger soup in the refrigerator out in the garage. I said, honey, that was bratwurst. That was not hamburger. But it's not like spicy, not like a hot spicy, more like a savory spice.
Absolutely.
You use bratwurst, and you don't use like hot pepper or hot sauce or any hot seasonings like that. So it was really good. And I thought this is a perfect way to use up some Thanksgiving leftovers. So as we look ahead and you have all that turkey, and the turkey and the sauce pairs nicely, because you think there's turkey sauce, there's dressing, sausage dressing you can make the stuff the turkey with. So it worked out perfectly.
It did.
Okay, so let's see. When you hear that little bing, I'm getting a question. So Cheryl wants to know, are they easy to make without a lot of ingredients that you may not have on hand?
I would say yes. The only thing that I did not have immediately was the sun-dried tomatoes. And so that was the only thing I had to go out and actually go and purchase. But I had everything else ready to go. That's also another advantage of being able to have the cookbook and go through it before you do your monthly plan and do your grocery shop, because in that way you have everything on hand.
Wait, what was that? Go back again, because I think you just dropped a little nugget of advice there. So let's hear that again.
Go through the book, get the book, go through the book, and find the recipes that you think you would like to do. And then that way, take your meal plan, set your grocery list, and you'll have everything on hand that you need.
Exactly. And it also lends itself to the meal planning that we encourage you to do on a weekly basis anyway. Even if you don't choose to use this cookbook, you can use other resources to do that meal planning. Okay, so I better get to the next question before I get oh, have I finished organizing the garage? Yes, I have. I'm just trying to work on getting the videos editing, so I'll work on that. Okay, so we've got another comment from Mickey Blue Skies letting us know that Cassy Joy Garcia was unable to make it. So Leona and I are discussing the book. Now, Robin at Faith and Flour has also used the book. So let's just see what she said, because she said she made the classic brisket and Mongolian beef. So she made both of those, and it was really good. I thought the brisket recipe looked pretty good too.
It did. It did. And I love Mongolian beef. So I'm going to have to try that one.
Okay. So let's see. There were a couple more questions. Okay. I think I just showed that one. And okay, I think I got all the questions then. Blue Skies, if I missed any, let me know. But I think I've gotten them all. She just sent me another attachment. So now let me see which one I missed. Oh, okay. So the question is, are meals pre-made and frozen or prepared nightly? Now, how did I miss that? But that's the question. Are meals pre-made and frozen or prepared nightly? So I'll let you answer that first, and then I'll talk about it too.
Okay. For me, the first meal I usually make, whatever night it is. And then the second meal, during that time period, I usually try to start at that point, putting the second meal together if I can. So that's another advantage of planning in advance, because you know for sure that you have everything that you need. And you certainly, I did that with the chicken. I already have the chicken bagged. I have the onions and all of the ingredients that I need in the bag ready to go. So when I pull it out this week and put it together, it's only going to take me about 10 minutes to have everything ready to go and on the table. Well, anyway, in the pot, in the pan, but not necessarily on the table. But it's very quick to be able to put together that second meal, definitely.
And the one thing that I do like about this cookbook, and like she's got some different little tips and tricks and things like that in here that I saw. But one of the things that she's got in here is the trick to reheating food. So she talks about, she's got a section in here on, fresh food versus food cooked ahead. She tells you what you need to make fresh and what you can make ahead. But one of the things that she talks about, which I really enjoyed, was that there is a trick to reheating food, and that how the food kind of changes texture once you cook it. And so that how you reheat it makes a big difference. And I enjoyed that. Like, for example, she's talked about the fact that the textures won't be exactly the same. And so if you're going to heat something up, that you might want to heat it up in a skillet or in the oven, because that can help to re-crisp it or something like that. Or you might need to add extra sauce to the cooked proteins. So when I put that hamburger in the freezer in a Corningware dish, when I cook that, it might be a tad bit drier than when I cooked it fresh. So you might need a little bit more sauce or something like that.
That's true. Well, when I put the chicken up, I actually put a spoonful of the broth in the bag with the chicken before I put it into the freezer. And then that way, when I start to warm it up, it has the moisture that it needs.
Oh, that's a great idea too. And there's also one another note in here in the book that talks about freezing foods 101. So she gives you a whole little section, just a few paragraphs, but that helps you figure out what you need to do with freezing foods. So I thought that was kind of nice. So let's
It
see.
is very helpful.
So Nanny J21 Jean, and Nanny, thank you so much for your order today. I was just so appreciative, but thank you. I'm digressing. So she wants to know, what recipes are we going to try next? What are you going to try next?
Well, I have to admit, I'm going for the spicy turkey soup, and I have everything I need already put together. I did see, I don't have my book right here with me, but I
Oh, that's
don't know
right.
if
You're
you
not
could.
at home.
Huh? Right, because I'm not at home. But what I had done, and you all will laugh, I took little clear pieces of tape. And as I was going through, browsing through all of the recipes, everyone I saw that I liked, I took a piece of tape and put on that page so I can go back to it and to pull it very quickly. But I'm not quite sure, other than the soup, I know for sure I'm going to do this week. And I will probably do something with ground beef because I've got that ready to go for this week. So, I'm not quite sure.
Well, for me, I made the enchilada casserole
Mhm.
last week for Taco Tuesday, and that video was coming out pretty soon. But like I said, I just knew I had authentic Mexican dish that day. And but the paired meal with that one is a teriyaki ground beef stir fry over white rice. So I'm looking forward to making
Ooh.
that. And then
Oh.
yeah, so I'm really looking forward to making that. And then
Mhm.
the other thing was when I made the spiced turkey potato soup. The
Mhm.
paired dish with that was like a roasted garlic turkey breast with lemon deal, and quinoa.
Mhm.
And so I've got like plenty of turkey breasts in the fridge, and so you
Mhm.
can just kind of put that in the oven. And so I might try that one, but I'm
Mhm.
really looking at the hearty beef and veggie stew. That looks really
Ooh,
good.
yummy, yummy. Yeah, I looked at one that I had really considered to do. We've got our one pot meal coming up November 17th, and that we're doing the collab. And so I'm going to have to thumb through there and see if there's one that I can do as a one pot meal and feature that one that day.
So
So,
since you're talking about your one pot meal, why don't you go ahead and share about it? And then
sure.
we're getting a hello from Michelle at My Everyday Wife Life. But tell us about your one pot meal, because I know somebody's going to say, "Well, what's that?"
Okay. Well, Stephanie and I are co-hosting the One Pot Meal, and we're doing that about every other month. And we've selected November 17th. We thought that would be a great time to be able to put together a one pot meal and have enough people to participate because, during the holidays, we need those one pot meals. You aren't going to have a lot of time to stay in the kitchen other than Thanksgiving Day or your particular holiday. And so we thought that would be a way of being able to share a lot of different recipes. So that's November 17th, and we're going to upload at 10 o'clock, and I'm sending things out so that as reminders, so you can see it both on Instagram, Facebook, as well as YouTube.
I saw
And
you on Instagram today. I'm like, look at her on Instagram. I need to get over there. And now that you got your community tab, you can put a note on there.
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
So
Hey, Michelle.
let's see. I had another. So we got a question from Ronnie Weaver that says, "Can you put the actual casserole dish in the freezer?" And yes, you can. Just depends
Yes,
upon
you
what
can.
you have. I've got some Corningware and Pyrex and some Rubbermaid glass freezer dishes, and they have lids that accompany them. And so you can get the dish all put together. And once you've either made it, and then you can, like, maybe you might cook two and put one in the freezer and one that you're going to use. Or some dishes you can make ahead and put it in the freezer and then pull it out and bake it later. I know
Right.
Kimmy at She's in Her Apron does a lot of sheet pan meals where
Mhm.
she'll or freezer meals where she'll get them all put together and then she puts them in the dishes and then she pops them in the freezer and then just takes them out when she's ready to use them. So yes, you can put the actual casserole dishes in the freezer. Just want to make sure you got good quality one.
Absolutely. And another thing to think about, you may want to put all of the fixings in a Ziploc bag, put it into your casserole dish, let it freeze that way. Then you can take the actual dish out of the freezer and keep the Ziploc bag in the freezer until you're ready. But the good thing is that when you bring it out, you just slide the whole thing out, place it into the casserole dish, and it's ready to go into the oven.
What a good tip. And it's already in the right shape.
Already the right shape.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I like that idea. Okay, let's see. We got another one. Let's see. So Linda's just saying she likes the soups, that the recipes we've talked about sound good. They're going to try it. Let's see. Oh, Blue Sky said I didn't send her an invitation on that enchilada bake. Well, I do have half of it left in the freezer, so
she'll have to come and visit.
Yes. Let's see. She also says it depends upon the kind of dish that you have as to whether or not it can be frozen. You want to make sure it's a dish that you can put in the freezer. And is the November 17th one pot meal a virtual evening? No, it's not a virtual evening. It's a collaboration where on November 17th, people who have made the different one pot meals in their own home will upload a video showing what they make. So there's that. Okay. I had some other questions. Oh, it's 8:15. So it's time for me to give away an apron note. So let me do that. I'm trying to stay on track. So I actually have a, that helps us to do what we need to do. So for tonight's apron note is this one. And it says, just so you know, you are appreciated by the Apron Diva. Now, one of the things that we say at Apron Diva, and we put an apron note in with every order, and we say, you don't choose the note chooses you. And we hope that you feel like the notes are a message from your dearest friend, and that you would save the note, put it in your planner, put it on your fridge, on a bulletin board. So when you need to pick me up, you take out the note. And we know that so often, so many homemakers don't feel that what they do is important or that they're appreciated for the cooking, the cleaning, the laundry, and all the mundane things we do as homemakers. And they are. So people out in the chat, how does this note resonate with you? And while they're typing in their thoughts about how the note, just so you know you are appreciated, resonates with them and whether or not they feel appreciated, how does it resonate with you, Leona?
Well, sometimes we have to have a little bit of self-love. We have to do things that cheer ourselves up, and we can't always depend on everyone else. And for me, it's going into the kitchen. That's my happy place. And so that the things I do in there are things that I choose to do and brings me joy. And of course, it's great when the big guy or the kids or the grandkids or someone comes in and says how wonderful it is and how much, they want to snuggle or whatever. But, we need to focus on ourselves very often. Sometimes we get caught up in all the wash and all the line, whatever it may be. So this is nice. It's nice to be able to look at yourself in the mirror every morning and say, hey, you're doing it. And
if you need to put this on the mirror to remind you, do that.
Absolutely.
So the last little being you heard was Mickey Blue Skies choosing someone in the chat randomly to win the apron note. And that person is Lovely V. Cross. So Lovely V Cross is the apron note winner. And Leona, as our guest tonight, you will also receive an apron note.
Well, thank
So,
you.
so Leona, and well, you don't need to send me your address because I've already got that.
Mhm.
But Lovely V Cross, send me your address via email, and let me show you what email to use. Send it to me at thisandthatwithdenise@gmail.com. Don't put it in the chat. You want to put it in the, send it to me by email, and I will mail you out a copy of this apron note.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yes. And then just want to remind you guys too that the Lemon Lovelies are, and you can see one of them back there on the door. The Lemon Lovelies are on 10% off this week, and you can get either one using the discount code Lemon10 at checkout. But you've got to put the discount code in to get it. All right. So now let's go back over here and see. Hey, Cal, how you doing? And V is here with us as well. All right. So now Melinda says, and this is Mimsy Whimsy. She's got a new channel name now, but she says sometimes we take ourselves for granted and don't appreciate ourselves, even if others do. And Melinda, you are so right. We think the things we do are just are just, everyday things, but they are important to keeping the household running.
That's true.
And then Penny says the kitchen should be a happy place. Now I must have missed something there. But Pyro Inc. Prior Inc. says that note is uplifting to her. And then Nanny J said it gives her purpose. Oh, that's good. And then Penny says, as you said, sometimes you just have to encourage yourself.
That's true.
So yes. All right. So when I get your address, Lovely V, Lovely V Cross, send me your address by email, and then I'll get those apron notes sent out. And then Linda says it's a wonderful message as we need to be reminded to encourage ourselves, and it helps keep us motivated. All right. All right. So there's that. Okay. So we got that done. Oh, and you guys stick around to the end when I'm going to announce the winner of the 45,000 subscriber giveaway. Okay, so Leona, other questions that I had in regards to this book. Let's see what they might be. So one of the things that I thought about when I saw the way this book is laid out, and I was thinking about how this book can best serve homemakers, I like your idea of the 1 month, one plan, where you can go through and plan out your whole month, or if not the whole month, if that's too intimidating, maybe plan out a week. But one of the nicest things about this book that can really help to serve homemakers is that it gives you options if you have some, we'll say, special diets that you need to be concerned about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I like to, in thinking about that plan, I know several of my followers have said that, for them to think about 1 month, the fact that they may not have the storage to be able to handle 1 month of groceries at a time. So because of that, they limit their shopping to 2 weeks, which is fine.
Mhm.
But with Cassie's book, we could actually plan and cook the first week, and the second week would already be ready. I mean, how good is that?
Yeah.
And so I love it. So you basically, if you set it up just right, then you got 2 weeks ready to go, and about 1 week of work.
Exactly. And that was a big thing that I noticed with this book. When I did this one, the Cook Once, Eat All Week, you had a prep day where you spent the day prepping. So if you were cooking, maybe you cooked the ground beef and you cooked the potatoes and you cooked the this and you cooked the that, and you made all of the different little pieces that Sunday, for example, and put them in
Mhm.
containers and put them in the fridge and you marked them. And then each day you prepared the meal just by pulling out the ground beef and the onions you already chopped up and the different little pieces. But I tell you what, Sunday night, I was exhausted. I was exhausted just from the sheer work that it took to prepare
Mhm.
all of that. But
Yeah,
this way, with this new book, it's not as exhausting.
that's true. That's true. That is true.
The other thing that I saw in the book, though, about, when we ask ourselves what's different about this book and how
Mhm.
can it serve the homemaker,
Mhm.
as I mentioned earlier, one of the things that's different is the dinner series concept, where the dinner series concept involves transforming one or more cooked components from one meal, usually a protein, into
Mhm.
a second completely different meal. So that's one
Mhm.
way. But the other thing is that she's a nutritionist. And so
Mhm.
she's collaborated with other nutritionists. And
That's
so if
true.
you need vegetarian,
Mhm.
dairy-free, grain-free, gluten-free, or low
Gluten
carb,
free. Mhm.
gives you substitutions or options on how to do all of that. So I really
That's
like that.
true. I like that too. Actually, I think the second book is more user friendly, to be honest with you. If you have a young housewife who's coming into the kitchen who hasn't done a lot of cooking, the first book is a little intimidating to
Yes.
me. I
Mhm.
thought so. And because, just like you were talking about, I mean, when do we have time to just spend an entire day doing nothing but prepping? I don't have it myself.
I did
And
it and I was wore out.
I know. And so the second book is so much more user friendly,
Mhm.
and I can handle a couple of days, prepping for a couple of days, and then you feel like you've really accomplished something and you can see the end result. So I think for a young homemaker, that's the way to go.
Yeah, I agree too. I really like this one. I think this book would make a great gift for a young homemaker. And as
Mhm.
I say that, I think I'm going to link it. I'll link it in the description box so people can pick
Mhm.
one up. And you probably should link it in
I
yours
did
too.
too. I did.
Let me pull
I
up
did.
the recipe that you did. And let's make sure I'm not missing a comment or we'll hear another bing. Uh, well, here's a comment. Your hair is so beautiful.
Thank you.
Hollywood said it's good advice that we're giving. Thank you. I appreciate that. So Cheryl says she can't wait to try the enchilada. Cheryl, though, that enchilada casserole was amazing.
Mhm.
Really, you will like it. Okay, let's see. Yes, blue skies, you'll be able to get some. I got some here for you. So Barbara Bricky says that this sounds wonderful. She needs this after 50 years of cooking. Love from Kentucky. Yeah, and you know what?
Another
That's the
Kentucky.
thing. Oh, wait, you got a fellow Kentuckian here.
Another Kentuckian. Yay.
Like I probably been cooking 50 years too. And sometimes you
Mhm.
just need a new idea or a new way to think about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, okay. All right. So let's see what was next. Oh, some tools that are available if you need more. And I'm going to have to share a screen for this to do that. But
Mhm.
these were some of the tools that she mentions in the book that if you need more. And let's hope I got the right one. Well, this is the book itself, The Cook Once Dinner Fix. And you
Mhm.
can order your copy a number of different ways, but that's not the one that I wanted. I wanted that one. Can you guys see this one or no?
No.
Okay, so I have to come over here. See, whenever I don't follow the process, I goof something up. There we go. Can you see that one?
Mhm. Dinner problem solved. Mhm.
Right. So this is the website cookonce.com that accompanies the Cook Once uh, cookbook series. So whether it's Cook Once, Eat All Week or Cook Once Dinner Fix, This cookbook, I mean, this website is referred to in your in the cookbook, and they listed in there that if you need more information, that you can uh, go to this website, and then you can find more information here. So I'm not going to play it on here, but different things that you can just get is like meal plans for the week, and just different things like that. So, and you can sign up, you can get some stuff for free or more ideas. So just, you can get a dinner plan. So there are just other things there that you can access to from this particular cookbook. And let me get that off the screen. And that was, this is the website for Cassy Joy. Is called fedandfit.com. And so her blog page and all of that is there. And then the Cook Once is an offshoot of this. Okay.
Denise, didn't she have a section in there too that gave you an idea of things to have in your kitchen that you needed to have as far as tools? You know, what was a good idea to have for tools?
Oh, yes.
It seems like I remember seeing that.
Yeah, she's got a substitution guide so that you can, let's say you don't have something, you can swap out some of the ingredients. So yeah, that is there. And then there's a 12 time saving tips. And one of the time saving tips talked about, you know, cutting up like some of the things ahead of time, like you talked about, and using a stand mixer to shred large proteins. I never would have thought of that. But she had lots of tips about that. And then there was one about tools. I'm just trying to find it. Kitchen equipment, 10 must-have pieces.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so she does have that. And one of them includes a very sharp chef's knife, a good skillet, a sturdy cutting board, measuring cups and spoons, a Dutch oven, enameled cast iron, and both of us have one. I think we have the same one.
I think we have the same one. It's just a different color.
Yep. Spatula, spoons and whisks, casseroles and baking dishes, meat thermometer, rimmed baking sheet, at least 2, and then a citrus squeezer. So yeah, I agree with all those things as well. So let me remember to give away the 45,000 subscriber giveaway tonight. And let me find the picture, because Mickey Blue Skies did a random, she has some kind of little thing that's a random comment picker that she knows how to do. And she sent me the picture of the comment. Now I should be able to get, well, I was going to try to get it up on my computer, but you know, whenever I try something different. This is the person who won the 45,000 subscriber giveaway, and they win the food saver and the bag. So Debbie Joe 123.
Congratulations.
Debbie Joe 123, you are the winner of the food saver, and it is so here it is. This is the handheld vacuum sealer food saver. So Debbie Joe 123, you win this, as well as this set of bags. So I think Debbie Joe, there you are. She says, which cookbook provided the options for different eating plans? She's a vegan. Well, Debbie Joe, I just announced that you won the food saver, handheld food saver device, and the pack of bags. So Debbie Joe, I'm going to need you to email me your address, and you want to email me at, and I'm going to come back to your question, Cal, in just a minute. I want you to email me at thisandthatwithdenise@gmail, and you need to do that within the next 48 hours so I can get that mailed out to you. And that is not sponsored, so I picked that up myself. So I wouldn't mind having a few sponsored, but that one was not. So there's that. So Debbie Jo, congratulations, Debbie Jo,
Yay.
congratulations. So he says, oh my gosh, thank you. It's unbelievable. I know what you're saying. It's like I hardly ever win anything. So when I do, I am totally surprised. But we had a question before Debbie Jo. Oh, I know. Cal asked who was cooking what. So she said, did she miss something? Who's cooking that? Well, Cal, I know Cal cooks because it's her and I believe a grandchild at home. So I know she's cooking, but we are using this cookbook, Cal, Cook Once, Dinner Fix. And Leona and I have used it. And then Robin at Faith and Flour, who were on, also used it. So we're talking about different little tips and tricks that we found from the book and talking about how much we either like it or don't like it. And I must say, I really like it.
I do too.
So there's that. And then, oh, thank you. Carmen says, awesome that the show went on. I appreciate it. And Leona, I must say, I appreciate you popping on too. I thought we were just going to talk for a few minutes about how well you like the book. And here you are being my special guest tonight. Okay, so there must be another question. All right, let me find it. Oh, okay. So this one, funny thing, this question was from Debbie Jo 123, who just won the gift, and she said, "Which cookbook did you say she provided options for different eating plans? She's vegan. She provides options in both.
Yes.
So you can find the vegan options in this one. And Debbie Jo, if I remember correctly, I think it might just be you and your hubby at home, or you and your partner at home, just the two of you. I'm thinking you're an empty nester. And if that's correct, I think this one is perfect for like when you're trying to plan meals for two. Even though in all of her recipes, you can either divide them in half or make the meal and freeze half of it. But in this one as well, though, in the Cook Once, Eat All Week, I try to remember not to cover up the title. But in this one as well, she gives you all those options. She's a nutritionist, and so she really believes in providing those options. So there's that. Prior Incorporated, thank you. Oh, everyday working home. She says she's enjoying both of us. Thank you so much. You've been eyeing that cookbook. I'd say got a little link in
Go ahead and get it.
Yeah. Or put it on your Christmas list. That's one
true.
of the things that we have to think about right now is that, Christmas may be a little different compared to what you can find in the stores just because of the backlog and the disruption in the supply chain. So you might think about things that are already present in the warehouse, in the store, that kind of thing. But let me see if there's another question, or I'll be talking and I'll get another little bing. So people are congratulating Debbie Jo. Let's see. Okay. So where's the link to the best book? The one you ladies said it's the best. So
I have it under my Sundried Tomatoes recipe. It's down in the description box.
And I've got it in this description box. I think to Penny, check the description for this video and see if it's in there. I thought I put it in there because I was expecting to have Cassy Joy on. So I wanted to make sure it was in there so that, so yeah, it should be in there. But if not, we'll put one in both places. Leona will have one and I'll have one. And Robin probably's got a link over on her channel too. Let's see. Oh, this is a question for Mickey Blue Skies about the random number generator and comment generator. So I don't know anything about how that works. Penny's Mickey Blue Skies will find the link for you, Penny, and put it in. Okay. And Debbie Jo is grateful for the fact that that the options are explained in the book. She's intrigued. She appreciates the help. And thanks again for the food saving bags. Oh, you are so welcome. Just don't forget to send me your email address. Your mailing address via email within 48 hours. Otherwise, I go to the next person on the list. So, and she picked a 1 and a 2 so that in case I didn't hear from the first one, the second one was already picked because that particular giveaway closed like today. So, and I'll put a note on that video so we don't have more people jumping on trying to win. Okay. And gardening with Bernie. Hello, Bernie. It's so nice to have you here. Okay. So, Leona, did you want to add anything else real quick while I'm checking and make sure we got everything?
Well, Denise, shall we let them know that the next Kitchen Vignette Challenge is going to be hosted by me, and that's coming up in November. So girls and ladies and guys and whomever might be in our chat tonight, get ready because the holidays are coming, and so we're going to have a winter kitchen vignette coming up November 27th. And I know that might sound a little early, but I purposely waited until after Thanksgiving so we could get through that and then have something beautiful to put in our kitchen. So let's plan for that. All of those dates will be coming out. And actually creatively, Miss Me Stephanie keeps a log of all of the challenges and collabs that we send to her. So she has a running list for each month.
And when is the kitchen vignette? November, did you say 27th?
November 27th.
Okay. So there are those. And I'm glad you said something about the winter kitchen vignette because you made me think about a couple of things. And one of the things was you said you have a friend who you and she were talking and she celebrates Hanukkah. I realized that I didn't have any Hanukkah inspired aprons on my boutique. I had several Christmas and several Thanksgiving, but I want you to show you based upon my conversation with you and the conversation you had with your friend. I've got one that celebrates Hanukkah. I got to back it up.
Oh, how neat.
It is so cute. And you know, Blue Skies is really good at helping me source things. And she's like, wait a minute.
Oh, that's pretty.
I gotta get this covered. Okay, isn't it pretty though?
That is beautiful.
The little dove here, and it says peace, love, and latkes on here. And then you've got the menorah and other things that are down in your pocket. So it is really pretty.
That is pretty. That is pretty.
There's the Star of David and just so many.
Oh my goodness.
So Leona, you influenced me and Mickey Blue Skies to take care of business right. So we did that.
That's great.
We definitely be inclusive.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's see. Have I forgotten anything else? Oh, thank you. Barbara says we're the best. Thank you so much.
Barbara, thank you.
And then Linda liked the Hanukkah apron. She said it was very pretty. So, okay. So this is Blue Skies. This is the link to what? Because you're putting up a link for someone. What's that the link to? I'm not sure. Okay, let's see. I think believe it or not, I'm getting through everything pretty quick. I can't believe this. I haven't chatted too much either. All right. Leona, do you want to add anything? What's your anything like that?
Well, I can say thank you for those who are with us tonight. And this has certainly been a pleasure. And Denise and I talk a lot on the phone, but we can go. And it just kind of keeps going. So this has been so much fun to see her face to face. And so it really has been just like being at home.
Yeah, Blue Sky said she put up the wrong link because Ronnie said she was clicking and nothing. So Blue Skies will get the right link. What is the link you're looking for? If it's the link for the book, I should have it in there. But yes, Danita, this would make a great gift. Prior Ink says great inclusion. Thank you so much. I will appreciate that. We're learning Oh, Melinda wants to know about the lightning round. Well, I guess I could do a lightning round for Leona. Let me just grab my questions. Let's just see what I have here. Where's my notability? I usually do a lightning round, Leona, but when I do it, I've had a chance to curate some of the questions specifically for the person, but I got a few. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Bath or shower?
Shower.
Candlelight or moonlight?
Candlelight.
Lemonade or iced tea?
Lemonade.
Family Feud or Wheel of Fortune?
Family Feud.
The Equalizer or Big Brother?
Equalizer.
And paella, pasta, or Texas chili?
Paella.
Yeah, I knew I said that wrong, but I know you like that. How did you say that again?
Paella.
Paella. Now we're gonna have to explain what the paella is because I didn't know until you told me.
Well, the paella is rice dish, and it's great. When we went to Spain, it's cooked in this huge round. It's like a skillet, but it's huge, and you cook it's really a one pot meal that's prepared right there, and you have your vegetables. It's chicken, seafood, a combination. Then they pour, of course, the liquids are in there. They pour the rice around all of that, and they cover it just a little bit and let it cook. And it gets nice and crusty on the bottom. And it's typically done open pit, but you can do it at home. You could even do it in the oven. And but it is delicious. It's delicious.
It sounds really good. And there was a seafood paella you made one day, and I thought I'm going to try that for my husband. So Penny said this was an awesome live. And Penny, I got your email, and yes, I'm going to come on the show for you. So I'm trying to look up my calendar. We've got one of my sorors is on. This one here in Jan is one of my sorors, and we've got a leadership retreat this weekend. So I can't do it this Sunday, Penny, but maybe next Sunday I can. So I haven't forgotten about you. And then Blue Skies has the link for the cookbook now. She says she hopes this is the right one. I hope you got the link out of my description box so that I get a little 10 cents from Amazon in regards to that. Because it's not much, but every penny counts. And a beautiful nest, home and garden. Hi, Sandra. It is so good to have you here.
Hello.
Channel. Yeah, she has a fun channel. And then this guy says good show. Oh my goodness. Thank you. And then Ronnie says that we were amazing. Our joy is contagious. She was feeling down. Oh, I'm so glad you feel better now.
Good.
Leona and I actually have a lot in common. We were both teachers. She taught middle school. I taught at the university, but still, we both taught. So we got a lot of stuff in common. And is who leaving this weekend? Must not be me. No. It's here. It's here local. It's a local retreat. And then now Designs by V. Now V is from Jamaica. And that girl can throw down. And she does some cooking videos. Oh my goodness. So she knows a lot about seafood and cooking other kind of things. So yeah, she's a great one.
And she's right. The saffron is special.
Oh, and you know what though, Robin, I get it. She said she's sorry she couldn't join us, but I get it because I am not always camera ready. I remember I was on the Sean Cannell, one of their live shows. I mean, I wasn't on it, but like I was listening to it, and they threw out the link that says, "Does anybody want to come on the show?" And I'm like, I am not camera ready. So when I'm just listening, I could look a hot mess. It could be a day that I didn't, fix my face or hair or whatever. So I get it, Robin. Another time. All right. So Blue Skies is going to say a prayer for Ronnie, and
Mhm.
include me in that prayer as well, please, because I can always use a good prayer. And
Yeah,
Leona, let me just say thank you so much for joining me tonight. This was fun.
it was fun, and thank you for
You're welcome.
everything.
And let me just direct people again, real quick. I'm going to share the screen and show them your um, channel again so that they can go over and visit you. Well, let's see. Oh, there it is right there. I'm looking for Leona when it says Ebony, Ivy, and Time. So be sure and check out her channel, Ebony, Ivy, and Time in the Kitchen with Leona Dooley. And she does a lot of beautiful, beautiful, delicious looking recipes. And I'm going to try those Cheddar Bay biscuits and a couple other things that I've seen you do. And so I'm excited about that. So you guys do go over and visit Leona there. And let's see. Also, I invite you to check out my last video, which was the spicy chicken. Not chicken, but which was the it was a day in the life as well as a spiced turkey potato soup. And I have to tell you guys, I have gotten several questions about that apron that I am wearing there. And then look, here you are here, Leona, and you had on one, a different one. I'm always like, wait, what's she got on? You know, I'm always doing that. But so check out though my last day in the life where I did spicy tomato soup to potato soup, and that was from the cookbook, and then my mini prep haul where I was filling in some gaps and then other stuff. So let me invite you to do that. And let me ask you guys, what is your aha moment? What is your takeaway from our discussion tonight? What's your aha moment? Tell me in the chat or in the comments section if you're on the replay. And if you missed last week's show with Kimmy from She's in Her Apron, she was amazing. Be sure and check her out. And any of the other people that I've had Robin from Faith and Flour on. I've had Michelle from My Everyday Wife Life. I've had Khadija from Her Healthy Home, and Darcy's been on. So check out all the other past shows where I've had guests on. They've all been quite good, I think. And then be sure to visit us at aprondiva.com. So, Leona, you want to say goodbye and then we'll close it out.
Well, I welcome you all to the kitchen. I am thankful that you were able to come tonight. And just keep in mind when you're in the kitchen that you are there building a strong family and a strong community ultimately. And we are all doing it one meal at a time.
Exactly. One meal at a time. Linda Barrett says, thank you for the show. She thought we were awesome. Oh, and then, so I appreciate that. You know what? I appreciate when they say that we're good or we're awesome because it lets me know they like what we're doing.
Absolutely.
So that means we'll keep doing it. And then Melinda wanted to know who's coming up next. I almost forgot. Nikki Marino from Inspired by Nikki is coming on next week. So we'll be looking forward to seeing her.
Absolutely.
So with no further ado, I will say good night. So good night, ladies, and good night, Leona. And thank you so much.
Good night. Thank you.
All right.
Take care.
Everybody.
Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.